today. From Los Angeles, California, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a first-round pick back in April's draft.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
First carry for James Conner. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
The Cardinals hit 12-1 now to start play, and they've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit, because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win. To run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The escapability in evidence there, as that one good for 15 and a first. On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The numbers there for Conner in last week's game. 22 carries, 126 yards.
And a rushing title's definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And as a quarterback, you always always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Connor up the middle. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Connor going to get it again on second down. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Well, Charles, clearly they wanted to and impose their will. They score on their opening possession on a drive comprised entirely of rushing the football.
Message sent. I don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement on their opening drive. Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical in this game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Stafford and the Rams come up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, complete. That's Adams. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now second and 4 from the 31. Stafford. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. They're staring up at a 3rd and long. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be swung out here for counter. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Connor will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire...
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
First run now for Kyron Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down. You look at this Arizona defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7. I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Pulled in at the 24. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The football going back over to Arizona now. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
2nd and 2. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And they're going to speed things up here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Well, this defense for the Cards, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll fake the jet sweep, but instead give up the middle to Williams. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. The numbers for Williams a week ago: 13 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. It's Williams on the catch. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Now it's Stafford. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Touchdown. Davante Adams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams are back within a score. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Buying time to it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run. And obviously, ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it 2nd and 7. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Play action. Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Ethan Evans now. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taking it about the 36. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Brought down on the play by Kobe Turner.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
They run behind center with Conner. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 49 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, a run with Conner. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. He'll try and run for it with Conner. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. James Conner on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So his big first half continues. His 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll look to Williams to begin things. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That goes for a gain of 31. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one, Stafford going to give this one to Corum. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll try the air now with Stafford. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Stafford. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
74 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
On first down, it's Benson.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Trey Benson
taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Cardinals are able to stretch out their lead. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. That time a 9-play drive. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Now the Rams offense getting the football back.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Stafford.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Throwing is Stafford.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. James Conner and the Cardinal offense ready to get back to work.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9 now.
He'll get that complete to Harrison.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll set up a throw.
Finding his target, it's Trey McBride.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 24-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Cardinals continue to pull away here in this first half.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Got his man. It's Williams. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Stafford now to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 1st down, Stafford here. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
2nd and 10.
Stafford. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To the air again, Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And it's the Seahawks who are out in front in the second quarter. Zach Charbonnet accounting for the lone scoring thus far as he's cashed in with a touchdown run. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Justin Hunter, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Ray McLeod, a touchdown reception. We watched the veteran James Conner put together a very solid first half. He was running with a purpose as he found the end zone 3 times in that first half. And that opposing defense had better come up with a scheme for slowing him down.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. As the Rams offense comes back out, here is the NFC playoff picture coming into the weekend. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. Stafford on first down. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Stafford. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. Out of the gun, Stafford. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Baron Browning. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Operating from the gun. Stafford. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Looking to throw. Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Stafford looks to throw again. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Operating from the gun. Stafford under pressure, and they got to him again. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
Now McManus will line up for the field goal. This will be from 49 yards out. The kick by McManus is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
2nd and 4. Steps away to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved. And that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Stafford under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Looking to throw.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down. The kick by McManus is good. And the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game.
So the fumble recovery had them set up at ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
There you go, partner. That's some old-school football right there. You need 1 yard? Give it to your bruiser fullback and let him get the job done.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Here's a handoff to Connor. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Connor. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
They'll set up to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
That's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Cardinals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Rams ready to go on offense.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Stafford.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now Stafford. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Stafford
into space at the 45.
And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They snap it to Stafford.
That one out wide and intercepted.
There he goes left side. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Cardinal offense takes back over. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot. With the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll look to throw here. He's got it. Touchdown, Cardinals. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Wide open receiver complete. A big play there for LA. 47 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. He's got it to Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Now it's Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Up the middle, it's Williams. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
2nd down and 4.
Here's Stafford. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They run over center with Benson.
They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
They're going to look to throw.
He's got McBride here over the middle.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll try to run for it with Benson.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A handoff as they run the counter play.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
19 Chargers, 19 Chargers.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Tyler Algier
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Cards are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. But Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead, and they just continue to find ways to get into the end zone with ease.
They're certainly in that zone where almost everything they try is successful and often leads to points. Teams don't get those types of games very often, so when they do, many of them just want to take advantage of it to the last second.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Screen play set up for Williams.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
So the completion good for 7 there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Caught on the right side by Adams. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Second and 5.
Throwing is Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
Well, Charles, before the game, we were talking with him and said, hey, you're close to 65,000 career passing yards.
I know. How did you do that?
He just kind of smiled and walked away, but he just passed that number, 65,000 career passing yards.
I always get a kick out of it when they don't want to talk about it. But if you had said a number that was incorrect,
he would
have corrected you and then said, but I'm not really thinking about it.
Congratulations, Noah. Now just 5,000 away from 70K. Unbelievable. Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's Stafford.
He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Again, it's Stafford.
He's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down.
Back to throw, Stafford. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now Stafford. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Another run here with Benson.
And he's able to get up here to the 26.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Cards, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.